What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Champagne Gains. I'm Coach Beckyn,
And Coach Kiki is here.
and I almost forgot how we start this off right there, so my apologies. Last week we did a question of the week. I couldn't come up with the only question, which I don't think we should answer because it's going to offend people one way or the other. The one thing I was thinking this week was who is more stereotypically dumber? Is it blondes or is it nurses?
Nice.
It's a fucking toss up.
You never know. I think just it is very stereotypical, but also just like people just are there's just certain people that are just not like self-aware or like they don't have like the emotional intelligence
Right.
or they don't think before they talk.
And they just don't care, and that's fine. I mean, I do that sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it'd be like that. We're all a little airheaded. We can all be a little airheaded, especially as bodybuilders when we're in prep.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't have a good question of the week.
I know I was trying to think of one on my drive home this after work this morning, and I was like, I don't have
Brain not working.
any questions that are like good or funny or
I know. I mean, I should really Google some. I sometimes I can come up with one. See, sometimes I'm smart, sometimes I'm not.
yeah, just depends on the day.
Exactly.
Thursdays, I feel like definitely losing steam
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I felt this week has gone by really fast. But speaking of dumb people, we're talking about not hiring a shitty coach today, aka a dumb coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because once again, as the new year starts, you see people doing all this stuff, or hiring a coach, or doing a new meal plan, workout plan, whatever, and you hear about it and you're just like, what in the actual are you talking about?
Yeah. Like, where did you learn to become a coach?
What hole did you crawl out of?
Yeah. And not, like for me, when I first became a coach, I may have done some stupid things, but I don't think it was ever like this bad because I took the time to educate myself on stuff. And if I didn't know how to do something or what to do, I would ask a mentor
Yes.
or find a resource online so I knew how to help my client. And, when you're first getting started as a coach, like you kind of have to pick things from, your mentors, where you learn from. And, you kind of have to work with people that you may not ideally want to work with. And just kind of like get into like find your way in this coaching realm.
Mhm.
So it's okay to like, but like if you're saying that you're a coach, you need to make sure that you're doing a due diligence of like giving your clients the best possible experience.
Learning as you go and adapting to what works and what doesn't work. And like you said, it is going to be some trial and error.
Yeah.
So use your resources that you can, but also make sure that you're able to adapt because I mean, I don't know how many times I've changed things and like the style that I use and how I
Exactly.
coach people since I started. And that was only like 2.5 years ago. So
Yeah. And
you're adapting.
when I was with the first coaching team and I was like onboarding a new coach and was educating them on how to, put meal plans together and things like that. Like this one coach, she on her meal plan that I was like kind of evaluating, one of the like line items on the plan said like apple or almonds.
Knew exactly what you were going to talk about. Yes, two completely different things.
Yeah. And granted, that coach learned from that mistake, but like that's one thing where it's like you shouldn't be a coach if you think those are interchangeable.
Right. I mean, you should also be double checking your work. Like you could put that into a food tracking app and just see the difference right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, calories may be the same,
Right.
but it's very different an apple versus almonds.
Yes. But meal plans especially, like there's so much that goes into that, and macros versus calories and how many your body needs. Like, don't just get some, don't, I was thinking about doing a post about this. Like, I could easily post a picture. I'm probably going to make this post a picture of myself deep in prep with like shredded to the bone and be like 28-day meal plan and training plan, buy it here. And then it's like a total farce.
Hmm.
Like that's not a thing. You can't believe everything they see. A generic meal plan, a generic workout plan is not going to be what's best for you. Your coach needs to work with you and figure out where you've been, where what you've done in the past, and what a starting point for you is, and work with you collectively to get to where you want to be. So don't believe everything you see on Instagram, please.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, the same like I could post a picture of me shredded and give them the exact tools and it's still not going to help them.
Mhm. Right. I know someone asked me for macros today, and I said, why don't you just start with trying to hit 100 grams of protein a day? And once you prove to yourself that you can do that, then let's get more into the macros, because if you throw macros at someone that's not tracking macros, it without any kind of guidance, because this person isn't working with me, like
Mhm.
paying me, they're just gonna fail.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Unless they're incredibly motivated. Um, but it's so much at once and it's really confusing. Once you learn macros, it's easy, but it is a learning curve for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like you have to meet clients where they are. So like we came up with this idea for this podcast because one of my coworkers at the bakery gave me her plan that her previous coach gave her. And it's like, sure, this may have worked for this coach to, you know, get her to how she looked, but like it's not
But
conducive to where
out
this
of it.
woman for that. So like if you look at my client roster, like I have a wide range of clients that some people are on a meal plan, some people are tracking macros, some people I trust tracking macros, some people may, like you said, just need to hit a protein goal. Some people may need to hit a protein goal and calories and have their carbs and fats kind of go which ways. And it's really just like working with that person on
Mhm,
what they need and then maybe graduating to a different approach. You don't always have to be on the same approach your entire time. Like you said, once you hit that 100 grams of protein, okay, cool. Now that you've gotten that established, then let's add in X, Y, or Z
mhm.
instead of just throwing them into the fire right off the bat.
Yes. Different phases of, and I mean, same here. I have new clients. I have clients that are in a cut. I have clients that are in prep. I have clients that are it's still building. Um, and everyone's different in that respect too. Like the clients that are in a cut or in prep, absolutely no deviances, but they've gotten to that point. And that's
Mhm.
not something to, if you're just starting your fitness journey, I was just thinking this morning. If your diet requires you to say, I can't have that, and it's restrictive, that's probably not the right diet for you, because you're going to, if you tell yourself you can't have things and you're like in that bad of a mindset around foods, you're gonna fail.
Mhm. Mhm.
Got to be able to work in things that you want.
And
Not
that
not all the time. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, and that's also like if you get a meal plan from a coach and it's like a cookie cutter meal plan and it says like eat this, this, and this. Well, if you don't like eggs or if you don't eat like chicken or whatever, like it's not going to work for you. You
Mhm.
have to find something that's going to fit into your lifestyle. And maybe we need to make some adjustments with your lifestyle. It's not like you can eat Pop-Tarts all day. But in the same regard, like you can't just expect to, only do this, this, and this and still get your fucking results.
Right.
So like for let's just go over
Yeah, we need
this
to.
meal plan,
We'll break
trying to
it down.
find like the good meals. So this was like um she had her macros, but it's like a day in the life. So what her meal plan needed to look like. Um, First off, this one was said snacks, eat anytime throughout the day. It maybe
Okay.
their onboarding was a little bit more direct, but in the bullet points, Pop-Tart bites, almonds, banana. What size banana? I'm gonna choose the big one.
Yep. Biggest banana I can find. That's mine. Almonds, same thing. 1 ounce is 14 grams of fat. 3 ounces, 42 grams of fat. I mean,
Because if you weigh out an ounce of almonds, it's not very
it's
many.
not. It's less like it's not. I don't know what y'all's handfuls look like, but it's not it. I don't know
Yeah,
how many it is, like eight, maybe.
yeah. Two tablespoons of peanut butter. An a tablespoon is spelled wrong. But also like tablespoon, it I mean, if even if you use a tablespoon, you're going to
Yes.
eating more than that.
Yeah, I
One
did a
sugar,
video on that, like tablespoons versus measuring cups, like weighing different things. I was like, this is drastically different amounts.
one sugar-free Jello. I don't know what that means.
I don't even know, like a pack.
I don't know. But the alternate. Oh, okay. Breakfast, two clementines and a Premier protein shake. Or the alternative breakfast was protein waffles, top with butter and sugar-free maple syrup. Add in half of a banana on top. So both of those breakfasts are different calories, different macros, and then protein waffles.
With butter.
Yeah. So like are you making the protein waffles? Are you buying the Kodiak cakes like from the container, or are you getting the frozen protein waffles? How
I'm like
how much
typing this
butter?
into my fitness pal right now, and I'm immediately stumped on the clementines. Like, how big? You got it, like how many grams? If we're being specific, like I don't know how much clementine weighs, but the protein shake, 30 grams of protein, it's like 4 carbs. The Kodiak waffles, I know they're like 7 grams of fat.
Per
And then
waffle.
butter, yeah, butter on top of that
How
is
much butter?
11, like 1 tablespoon is 11 grams of fat, I believe. So, and there's basically no fat with the clementines, the protein shake, drastically freaking different.
Yeah. I don't know. Um, where was the
Croutons, do the croutons one.
trying to find it? And like she put a grocery list from the plan, and like yes, you don't need a lot of groceries, but like there's only like 10 different food items. Where's I'm trying to find a crouton one.
It was like 3 ounces of chicken on a bed of lettuce. Okay, fine.
Oh yeah, here we go. 4 ounces of chicken. So
Chicken thighs, chicken breasts,
rotisserie chicken with the skin on it.
completely different.
Yeah. Throw over a bed of lettuce. Add croutons.
How many croutons? Me and Kiki would be putting on the whole bag of croutons.
Yeah. One serving of green veggie. These people don't know what a
That's
serving
true.
is. I mean, veggies are like whatever, eat vegetables. But
That TikTok he said.
Yeah. One serving of almonds. Okay.
Still not specific enough.
No. Oiko's brand yogurt protein crunch. Make sure it has the 18 grams of protein. I mean, at least that's specific.
That is.
One bowl of cereal is one of the things on her snack.
Cereal's drastically different as well.
Yeah. Cinnamon Toast
One
Crunch.
bowl,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, that fucker has like 4 grams, 4 or 5 grams of fat per serving versus like
Frosted
honeycomb
Flakes,
doesn't have anything.
or
So
Raisin Bran Crunch is like 58 grams per serving. I don't know how to measure it. A bowl.
yeah,
Um, and then like there's more fat in that too, versus like Frosted Flakes is like 37 grams of carbs
yeah.
for.
One serving of milk. So I mean, I guess that would be
Oh,
8 ounces, but also like what type of milk? Unsweetened almond milk, regular almond milk,
whole milk.
2% skim, chocolate
Insane.
chocolate milk.
I'll be doing that.
And then this one says banana or one serving of berries. So a banana,
Oh
banana is
no.
going to have like 27 grams of carbs. One serving of berries, I don't know what is considered a serving, but it would be 27 carbs versus like 100 grams of blueberries is 14 grams of carbs. So that's alone is a huge discrepancy.
I remember when I told you I got large bananas. They were so large. Like I took the skin off and I put it on my scale. I weighed it in grams, but at first it was ounces on there, and I can't remember what the grams were, but it was 6 ounces. I was like, holy shit, that is a huge banana. It wasn't a plantain, it was a banana. But there's a huge like you can't just say banana. Okay. They're like ranging from I've had like 70-gram bananas, and that shit was like 200 something grams. There's a
Yeah.
huge swing in calories.
Yeah. And if you're, trying to be consistent and you're trusting the coach to like get you to where you want to be, this girl's probably following her plan and then she's probably just getting so frustrated that she's not making any progress. And sure, you may be cleaning up your diet, not eating a whole bunch of processed foods, so you may be feeling better, but like, people still want to lose weight.
Mhm.
And if you do different things daily, like your weight's just going to fluctuate so much.
Yes.
And you're just going to be spinning your wheels and getting frustrated with yourself and then end up quitting because you're not making any progress.
Mhm. Yeah. If you are starting a diet this year that you can't be consistent with, like that is not the diet for you. You have to make it part of your life. 1000%. Also, that read what it said at the end with the trusting the process.
Oh, yeah. There's so much. Please trust the plan. If you're eating as follows on this plan, you will reach your goals.
It just doesn't make sense. So there
No.
are people like, don't trust everybody. Do your research. Pick a coach that you trust that has like social proof of their results and ask questions. Make sure that you're not just signing up for some stupid bullshit like that. Because if you trust the process and follow as the plan, like the plan is not as it's like this or this or this or this. And like you said, it's not consistent at all.
Yeah. And
Consistency with food is huge. Like if you're eating different stuff, I know it's boring. It's really not. If you know how to make food, like the consistency with food sources, humongous, goes such a long way.
Mhm. Yeah. And that's why, like, if you look at some of my plans, they're like, it is pretty in depth, but it's in depth for a reason. Like it may seem like a lot of information. And that's where like the calls and the check-ins come into play where we're explaining things. And granted, this plan that this woman had, the coach may have been doing more outreach with her and
Right. We'll give her the
I,
benefit
I
of the doubt.
I don't know, but you don't know. So I'm always so curious when I get a client from another coach or have worked with coaches in the past, and I always ask their experience, like why did you quit with them? What worked well, what didn't work well, just so you can find, kind of that ticking point for them and to really like make their plan so custom to them. And
Mhm.
that's why we do communicate with our clients so much. It's like please bug me if you have questions about anything on the plan. Like if you're at the grocery store and you need to send me a picture, please do so. Like I want to make sure that you feel confident every single day that you're following your plan as it's laid out.
Yes. Yeah, I just yesterday um sent my clients all a message about like their about check-in protocols and whatnot, just a reminder as we're starting the new year. Like you guys are paying for high touch coaching. So I am gonna hold you to a certain standard with like communicating with me. And I could tell like immediately after that, I got all these messages. They're like, oh shit. And then I had a bunch of messages like we appreciate you, what you're doing so much. Like people want that communication. If your coach isn't communicating with you, there is a problem. That is a red flag.
Yeah. Well, and that's also why I don't like people doing these dumb plans that they find online and they
Mhm.
don't want to pay for coaching. Like, granted, not everyone can afford coaching, but if you're really trying to get you to where you be, finding a meal plan online is not going to get you to where you want to be. Because like that's how I was when before I even got a coach and I was just being a science experiment on myself, I would find these meal plans on bodybuilding.com and follow it. And it didn't make any difference in my physique at all.
Right.
I really started making progress in my physique when I hired a good
Hmm.
coach, or
Yeah, that was the game
my
changer.
okay coach.
Yes. Yeah, it's always like that's why because we struggle with it for so long, and we want to help other people become their best selves as well and not struggle with it like we did for years. So do your due diligence, make sure your coach has done their due diligence and is smart and is accredited and all of the things. And as always, reach out to us. If you have any questions, you can find me at Instagram at Beckyn _IFBB Pro.
And you can find me on Instagram at Kickers Laugh IFBB Pro.
Give us a 5-star rating and review and let us know what you want us to talk about next time. Let us know if you have any good questions of the week. That would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, give us some good questions of the week. If you want us to dive into any certain topics in general, whether that's nutrition or training or mindset or check-ins, literally anything, let us know. I mean, we've are on episode number 60 something, so we have a lot of topics that we've already covered, but it may be good to kind of just go back through and, you know, talk about some
Change our
other.
mind on things,
Yeah.
give you any new info. We are here to serve.
Yeah.
Cheers. Right,
Cheers.
cheers.
What's up, guys? Coach Kiki here. I just wanted to thank you for listening to this episode of Champagne Gains. If you loved this episode, please make sure you do all of the things like, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating and review, and share with your champagne bestie. Champagne Gains is also brought to you by Coach Kiki LFG Gym Gear. Unlock the full power of your workouts with Coach Kiki's Let's Fucking Grow hip bands, long resistance bands, cable ankle straps, and hip thrust pads. For all of your sprinkle booty gains, check out CoachKikiLFG.com. Thanks, guys. Cheers.